A lawsuit filed by BART workers who lost their jobs over a COVID vaccine mandate. A federal jury has sided with the fired workers. There are 6 of them total in the lawsuit, and each will receive more than $1 million.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about several BART workers getting rewarded more than $1 million after they were fired by the San Fran subway system for refusing to get the COVID-19 vaccination. Now, the way they were able to get this money is because they successfully argued that they had religious exemptions and BART did not properly accommodate their exemptions. All right. Now, before we go any further into it, shout out to them. Congratulations, because you shouldn't have been fired over the vaccination, whether you're religious or not. It shouldn't be a thing that you're mandated to get after you already start working, especially because I would almost understand, although I wouldn't agree with that being a prereq to get hired. Okay, you want to come work at X, Y, and Z place? Well, put this shot in your body. I could almost understand that if it was before you got employed, but I still wouldn't agree with it. However, you're already working there, you're already doing your thing, and then they say, oh, you want to keep working here? Want to keep your job? Well, put this vaccination inside your body. It's brand new, untested. It may give you cancer in a year. It may give you myocarditis in a year or 2 weeks. I don't know, but get it or don't work. So nobody should have been under such a mandate at all. But before I go any further, let's look at this article headline here. BART workers fired due to COVID vaccine mandate to get over $1 million each. This is from a federal jury. So it went up pretty high, way in the court system. And the thing is, I knew this would happen. Okay, so there's only 6 of these people. There's only 6 people. And I think the reason why it's so few people is because when you're talking about these state agencies and trying to get justice, it's very difficult. They had to really go and jump through hoops to prove the religious part. They had to do a lot. But again, it shouldn't even been that. It should have been, you're just a citizen, you're a regular person in America. You shouldn't be forced to get vaccinations to continue employment. That shouldn't be a thing that happens. That should be considered a civil rights violation, in my humble opinion. Now, before I go any further, let's get into a little bit of background here. Now, this video is from Wednesday, and today's Friday, the 25th. This is from Wednesday, where they had a jury deliberating over it. So we're going to get some background behind the whole situation here. And of course, I will link to this video and the previous one and the articles in the box. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
We followed this story for years now, a legal battle with BART over its employee COVID vaccine mandate. The policy sparked outrage, as you may remember, and a lawsuit by unvaccinated workers who lost their jobs. Any day now, a federal jury could decide whether BART has to pay up. ABC 7 News reporter J.R. Stone breaks down the case. J.R.?
Dan, in 2021, BART workers reached out to me about the COVID vaccine mandate that went into effect. Hundreds of employees felt like their vaccine exemption requests weren't taken seriously.
So you got 6 people who were actually given the money. 6 out of just this case here. I'm not quite sure how many were trying in this case, but just 6. But hundreds were trying to get the vaccination exemption. Hundreds. So how many people who were trying to get the vaccination exemption did not get it, got vaccinated, and then got injured?
By BART. Those that I talked with in 2021 have been involved in settlements, and now some other workers are seeing their case before a jury.
Yeah, JR, I'm not giving in, and there's a number of us that have the same opinion. We're not giving in. We're holding ground. We're holding firm on what our beliefs are.
I've been homeless before, and this is what I told the BART board. I'm not afraid to be homeless again. Now they're tapping into people's rights, and I'm not going to stand for that. Not on my watch.
BART did initially grant vaccine exemptions, but plaintiffs argue they weren't accommodated. What does that mean? An accommodation could have meant they were able to work from home or get COVID tested regularly. They argue none of that happened, and they lost their job. There are 2 phases to this federal trial, and the first finished up this past Friday. This is the verdict form that asked jurors, has BART proven that the plaintiff could not be reasonably accommodated without undue hardship? The jury came back unanimously saying that no, not proven by BART, In all 6 cases, they sided with the former employees. Now the jury will decide if each of the 6 did in fact have a religious conflict with the vaccine mandate.
Well, we know from the decision after this video, we know that obviously they were giving their money. So the jury found that BART did not do the right thing here. And again, it shouldn't just be for these 6 people. It should be for everyone who was affected by this, and not just at the San Fran subway system called BART, but all over the country, all over the world, really. If there was a vaccine mandate, and that's the only reason why you got vaccinated, you should be compensated in some kind of way, in my opinion.
Some that I spoke with believe that this BART case is similar to a COVID vaccine mandate case in Tennessee. In that trial, the jury awarded more than $600,000 to the plaintiff who did not get the vaccine despite a mandate to do so.
And I think that lady worked at Blue Cross Blue Shield. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments.
Now, BART is a transit agency that is already between $350 and $400 million in the red. But BART's board of directors did vote 8-1 in favor of the vaccine mandate in 2021. The jury is now deliberating and could come back on Wednesday.
Well, maybe the board of directors is the reason why they are such a far away in the hole. Maybe, just maybe, that's the reason why, or part of it at least. But yeah, shout out to everybody who got their money from BART. You guys deserve it. And as I said, everyone, it doesn't matter where you worked, you shouldn't have been forced to get this. Now, some are going to say you just anti-vax, or you hate the vax. It's not even about that. If you want to get the vax, I say go for it. That's your decision. If you think the vaccination is going to help you, then go ahead. I'm not here to block you. I'm saying that it shouldn't be a forced thing. It should be a choice. And it's weird because a lot of the left will support a vaccination a requirement, a vaccine mandate. They'll support stuff like that. But when it comes to something else, all of a sudden it's my body, my choice. So I'm just like, okay, well, which one is it? Is it my body, my choice some of the time, or my body, my choice all the time? For me, it's my body, my choice all the time. But the funny part, as I close, the funny part about the whole thing about deleting babies is that the baby is not your body. The baby is not your body. It's inside of your body, but it's not your body. It's a whole different body. So that's the main thing. What about the baby's choice? Baby has no choice in the matter. See what I'm saying? So that's where we get weird. But beyond that, your body, your choice. The government shouldn't force you to inject something inside of your body if you don't want it to, just to be able to go to work and earn money for yourself and for your family. That shouldn't be what's going on. Everyone who got caught up under this should figure out a way to sue and get your money. And I was saying that back then, for real, as I close for real this time. I was saying that back then. I'm like, look, if there's a vaccine mandate at your job, they're saying get the vaccine mandate or get fired, or we're going to put you like on indefinite leave, whatever. Well, look, if you fire me, I'm going to get paid. So go ahead, fire me. You could put me on leave or whatever. I'm going to get another job and still keep working and have that in the background. I'm not going to quit. When you fire me, all right, now we're going to go to court and I'm going to cash out. What's happening right now, I knew was going to happen from the very beginning, because I just knew the whole thing about forcing people to get the vaccination wasn't going to go over well when you got to actual juries and away from these corporations who a lot of times are aligned with the powers that be. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your opinion about these people getting awarded more than $1 million each for being fired from BART over the vaccine mandate? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. Everyone who was up under this mandate, regardless of where you are, should be compensated in some kind of way. Now, I know that's easier said than done. A lot of these companies are having more money because they made bad decisions like the vaccine mandate. Same thing with BART. They have many millions of dollars in the hole, but they can still pay. If it's possible, it makes sense to compensate, because this shouldn't have happened. It was really bad. I think more people suffered as a result of bad policy surrounding COVID-19 than the actual illness itself. policy from corporations, especially, and the lockdowns and whatnot that were done in different states. Those things were worse than the code itself, in my humble opinion. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.